And I have here with me Deb Wake. Deb, can you give us your official full title?
Sure. My name is Deb Wake. I'm the president of the League of Women Voters of Virginia.
Awesome. So I feel like OneVA2021 Foundation has been working on this issue forever, but we are babies in this fight compared to the League. Can you tell me why this has been one of the League's top issues for so long?
Redistricting is so important to voters because everyone understands the importance of voting to choose an elected official who will represent you by passing laws and making decisions that affect you. And redistricting takes that power away from voters because it allows politicians to draw safe districts or to draw people out of districts, and that takes away the power of the vote.
Can you talk to me about some of the ways that the League has helped people understand why this academic topic is actually really important in their daily lives?
So as you may know, the League was formed 100 years ago out of the right for women to vote. And we saw a role at the time of educating these new voters on issues that should be important to them and why it's important to vote. And we don't shy away from getting into the weeds. We think it's important to study an issue and fully understand it. And what we do is we typically have a 2-year study, we form a position, and from that we advocate. And we're able to say that we represent our membership with our advocacy. And so we have spent the time studying the issue. It's a complicated issue, but the message is very simple, and that is it has to do with voter representation. And if you have fair redistricting, then you have better representation.
So Deb, if gerrymandering is allowed to run rampant, what kinds of harm happen from gerrymandering?
What you have is a lack of representation. And the reason that representation is important is that so for instance, back when the League formed in the 1920s, there were no laws about child labor or labor safety laws. And those were the first things that the League fought to get passed. And the reason that those laws didn't exist is because that representation didn't exist, that the legislators didn't see these as issues. And when you get better representation, you have people with a variety of experiences and a variety of issues. And then the laws that are passed better, they help more people. There's better representation, better diversity of representation, and better laws that make a real impact for constituents. And the other thing the other danger of gerrymandering is that you get polarization. You don't get people who are willing to work through their differences and come to a consensus. Instead, whoever is in power holds that power, and they don't give any of it up. They're not willing to move on issues, even if the majority of the people demand it. They don't have to give up that power or change any of the laws that would benefit people.
Right, they just have to get through a primary.
Yep. So for the League, gerrymandering is about representation. We know what it was like to be excluded from the right to vote and to have our voices silenced. Gerrymandering is a suppression tool, and that's why the League opposes it.
Deb, thank you so much. Again, Deb Wake, the president of the League of Women Voters of Virginia, a real champion for voting rights and equal representation and redistricting reform. So thank you for being such an incredible ally, and thank you for talking with me today.
Thank you so much, Liz.